Hi guys. Let's see if we can get the camera focused on my face. Welcome to my cozy studio. It's 6 p.m. here in Helsinki right now, so it's pretty dark outside. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat box and some new ones as well. I'm super excited that you are here today with us, taking some actionable steps and learning about how to design your first amigurumi. Let me know from where in the world you are tuning in the comment section. Lucas is there to help with any technical issues today. And yeah, let me see who everybody is here. Hi, Susanna. And hi, Joe from the UK. So nice to see you. Hi, Shinta and Zoe from UK, Malaysia, Janie, Christine, Krista, Jen. I'm blown away. I'm blown away. You're so many people here today, and I'm so excited to get to share this knowledge with you today. Hi, and somebody from Sweden. Hi, Catherine. So excited because Sweden is our neighboring country. Anyone from Finland? Say hello. Okay, let's kick this off. I don't want you to keep you hanging anymore. So let's share the screen again like this. And we are going to jump to the first slide, which is this one. So welcome to the webinar. Today, I am going to reveal to you a 5-step design process that I use when I design from sketching to finished amigurumi. You will get some actionable steps that you can take, leaving you inspired and confident designing your first amigurumi. Let me know if you're excited in the chat. So, if you stay with me until the end and decide to work with me as you go on this amigurumi design journey, I'll give you an opportunity to do so and get your hands on a special bonus that I have added to my program, the Amigurumi Design Lab, that actually opens its door today. I'll give you more details about this at the end, so stay tuned. But first, turn off all the distractions. I mean, I would turn off my dog right now because she's needing a lot of attention, but close the door, leave your partner outside, put away your crochet project, take from your notebook. If you have printed out the workbook, take that and your favorite pen because you will need it. And let's get started. So I'm going to start by introducing an exercise for you. This is the 20-minute brainstorm party. For some of you, this might be familiar, and for some of you, this might be new. Let me explain how it works. First, grab a pen and paper. That's the first thing you need to do. Secondly, choose a theme. It can be anything. Sea, fantasy, forest, space, one of my favorite themes this year. Thirdly, set a timer for 10 minutes max. Play some good music, get into some inspiring vibes, and go bananas. Write down everything that you can think about regarding your theme. From there, take 10 minutes and your favorite idea and draw your idea onto paper. Nothing fancy, just a quick sketch. What colors, what yarns do you want to do it in? What shapes will it form? And you, my friend, have finally done your first draft of your first amigurumi. And this will fast track your amigurumi design process. Congratulations. Okay, you might be here for different reasons today, but I want to ensure you that you're in the right place if, reason number one, you're excited about crocheting amigurumi and want to take your hobby to the next level. Or maybe this is you. You can't find the perfect amigurumi pattern for a design you have in mind, so you want to make it yourself. Or reason number three, not two, you're intrigued by the idea to design your own unique amigurumi patterns and share them with the world. Let me know which one are you in the comments. Are you the first one, excited to take your hobby to the next level? The second one, you want to take action on an idea that you have? Or the third one, intrigued by sharing your own designs with the world? Shana is writing the first one. So with the third, a lot of thirds. Two, Sun has a one. Chin wants to take action on an idea, as well as Janine. Suk, the second one. Lydia, intrigued by sharing own designs with the world. Guys, let me tell you, whatever your motivation is for being here today, I fully support you. And you're definitely all in the right place right now. So stay with me, guys, because you will enjoy the content that I'm going to share with you today. Okay. If I'm new to anyone here, let me introduce myself. I'm Veronica Lundqvist. I am a full-time crochet designer and business owner and educator is the right English word. I'm living in Helsinki in Finland. My mother tongue is Swedish, so it's not English. So if I have any frogs today, bear with me. I have studied to become a craft teacher, and the second picture is actually from one of my workshops that I hosted together with my friend, a yarn bombing workshop where we covered a whole bicycle with yarn. The participants got to use knitting and crocheting. And on the first picture is Lucas, who is also your technical advisor and friend in the chat today, and our currently very needy dog, Safran, who is a Finnish lapphund. Very fluffy, but yeah, she needs a lot of cuddles right now. I am also a business owner since 2015 and have sold patterns since 2017. I think I released my first pattern. I went full-time last August. So yeah, that is about me. But here is what I really want you to know. I'm going to teach you today how to design your first amigurumi. And the reason for that is because I have created over 70 amigurumi designs. I have over 8 years experience in designing amigurumi patterns. And I have a master's degree in teaching crafts such as crochet. When it comes to designing and writing amigurumi patterns, I know what works and sadly what doesn't work. And that is why I'm super excited to teach you today. So this is my reason why I design amigurumi patterns. I get to be creative and share my designs with the world and my amazing community. And I get money for doing what I love. I have the best job in the world. So, can you imagine what it would feel like if you would design amigurumi patterns that your followers would love to make? Give me a yes in the comments. Julia, yes! Janine, yes! Lucia, yes! Shinta, yes! Jin would be awesome, yes! Yes! Amazing, guys. Designing amigurumi patterns is a fun and creative way to share your unique ideas with the world and generate passive income. Okay, let's go through where we are going today. So I am starting with going through the 5 steps I use for designing my amigurumis. And if you like what you learned during those steps and you'd like to work with me more, I'll tell you a little bit how to do that. And at the end, we are going to have a live Q&A, so save your questions because I'm going to get to as many as I can. Let's get to it. Step 1, inspiration. Everything starts from here. It can be a kids show on TV, or maybe you get inspired by a pretty cookie box in the grocery store, or a trendy song or on TikTok, or a new Netflix show. Personally, I like to browse Pinterest a lot, especially the art and illustration section. I also been learning that moving my body in different way can also spark new ideas. So for example, if it's taking a walk with my dog Safran, or going to the gym, or just dancing or shaking a little bit in my studio, that helps spark my inspiration as well. But I know a lot of people who likes to be in nature, go to museum, watch a new movie, listen to music. And now it's your turn. Let me know in the comments what inspires you. What do you do when you need that little extra inspiration boost? Let me know. And if you have pen and paper now, write down. You might get some new ideas on what you could try when your inspiration is low. Janine, good music. I can relate. I love listening to some great jams. Annisari, Pinterest. Shana, sorry, taking a walk. Catherine, my kids. Oh, kids can be a great source of inspiration, especially when you are crocheting toys. Shinta, talk to people with the same hobby. Susanne, walk in the nature or by the sea, and also Pinterest. Listening to podcasts, Pinterest, walking, music, cinema. Susanna says, my children. Chin, silence. Yes, not to forget. Silence, meditation, having maybe a little bit of boring time as well. Great things, guys. Step 2, design. It's not just a beer, and I'm going to explain. Now that we have the inspiration and the idea of what kind of amigurumi we want to make, it's time to jump into the design phase. Usually, it's at this point I bring out my sketchbook and my favorite pens. But remember, you don't have to be a great drawer to design your own amigurumi. But for me, at least, it helps my brain to make it more concrete if I put it onto paper. So also, it makes the designing process and the crocheting a little bit faster than just having all of the things in my head. It's also very good to put it on paper if you aren't going to crochet it right away, so you don't forget it. It's also here that I start thinking about what kind of character that I want to make, because we never want to make just a bear, because there are hundreds or even thousands of just a bear outside there. We want to make a companion, a friend, a character, because that is what our amigurumi and how our amigurumi will stand out from the crowd of all the other amigurumis outside there. Okay, your turn. Choose the following. 1 or 2. 1. Would you rather crochet a polar bear? Or 2. Would you rather crochet a polar bear with the name Nanook who loves fishing in his favorite sweater? Which one resonates with you the most? Without seeing any pictures, even though you saw Nanook in the previous slide, but still. Yeah, a lot of choose. And this is a great point when you are designing your amigurumi. We never want to make just a bear. Okay, welcome to the bonus step number 3. This step is especially for you who are planning to write and sell the pattern for your amigurumi. At this step, I like to check with my audience if the amigurumi idea sparks any interest. This way I can focus my time and energy on making stuff that my audience want to make and save me some energy. It does a lot. Usually, this gives me an indication if the amigurumi is worth making or not. Sometimes I make it either way because I love the idea so much. But sometimes I put it a hold and focus on another design that have gotten more attraction. Remember though, you never know if a pattern will fly or die before you release it into the world. But this gives you a hint of where it's going. I will give you some quick examples on validation posts I have made, so you can get a little bit of a vision of how it can look to validate a pattern. So here are 2. I love using Instagram stories for validation. I use these polls that you can use. And for example, the first one, I asked my followers which pattern they were most excited for. A witch, a hedgehog, and a mushroom bundle. And as you can see, it's pretty clear which one I shouldn't put a lot of energy into. So I decided to skip or put the mushroom bundle on hold and focus on the hedgehog because that was people most excited for. And the second one, I used this slider thing with the emojis. You can change the emojis if you want to. You could also just do a yes or no poll for this one. And here I used a sketch. The sketch can differ from the, will probably, most likely, differ from the final amigurumi, but it gives your audience a little bit of a hint of where you're going. And if good to check with your audience if it's something that they would like to do. It's also very encouraging for yourself if there is a lot of people excited for your pattern. It's more fun to design and to make. So that is a bonus step for everybody who is planning to write and sell your amigurumi pattern. Step number 4, transformation. Converting a 2D sketch into a 3D amigurumi is a skill, and it's the hardest part to it's the hardest part in this process. But save yourself some grace in the beginning because you will get better at after a while. The more amigurumis you crochet, the better you will get on figuring out shapes and how to combine different shapes. And yeah, shaping in general is a pretty big chunk of this section. When you're a beginner, I highly recommend you to draw out all the different shapes of your amigurumi onto paper. So when you have your rough sketch and your finalized sketch, do a shape sketch with all the separate shapes, with arrows and pointing to where they are going to be sewn together, or is it crocheted all together, and so on. This will help you immensely. here is an example of a sketch that I made and the final amigurumi. As you can see, the sketch differs from the final amigurumi. The body isn't really the same shape because I changed it afterwards. I like to design simple shapes that are easy to write the pattern for, and that is why I went with that body. And the wings also looks a little bit different. At this point, I had no idea how the feet would look like on this flamingo. This is Frank the flamingo, by the way. And if you have seen this design, you know that he has rubber boots on his feet. But I started crocheting. I left that to the last part because I had no idea how to do it. But while you crochet, you will figure stuff out. So don't be afraid if there are parts in your sketch that you have no idea how to do, because trust the process. That's my message. Trust the process. Guys, we are already at number 5. The last step is crocheting. Be prepared. This step includes a lot of frogging and crocheting. During this step, I usually also take step-by-step pictures for my patterns. This is, of course, not mandatory if you aren't going to publish a pattern, but if you are, I highly recommend you to do so. I do it because I'm lazy. I dislike making too similar designs. So that is why, even though it's the first time I crochet something, I take as much step-by-step pictures as I can so that I don't need to crochet it once and then crochet it a second time to take the step-by-step pictures. I know different designers do this differently. Crocheting it a second time gives you time to read through the pattern and like crochet it and test it yourself. But yeah, it's not my cup of tea. So I do it this way instead. During this crocheting phase, I also take a lot of notes what I'm doing, because believe me or not, you will not remember everything that you have crocheted. The better you get, the more easier it is to backtrack what you have done. But especially in the beginning, take notes. I use Google Notes on my phone. It's called that. Google Keep, it's called, on my phone, just because I have almost every time my phone with me, and I do just quick notes on that just to help me when I start editing. This is the final step of my designing process. If though you are planning to release and write and release your pattern, there will be a couple of more steps after this. You will need to, for example, take final pictures of your amigurumi, edit them, test your pattern, go through the testers' comments, write a description, post it on your website or Ravelry or Etsy, market your pattern. So there is a couple of steps more after this, but if you're planning to just design your first amigurumi, this is it. This is everything. This is all the steps to take you forward. So here's a fact for you guys. You can do this, whether it's designing fruit, dragons, or sea animals. When creating a new design, it's not what you design that matters the most. It's your willingness to believe in your abilities and to take action. Give me a yes in the comments if this resonates with you. Janina, yes! Christina, yes! Lydia, yes! Candy, yes! Kirsten, yes! Big yes, Shinta! Woohoo! Okay. I know that some of you might have some fears because I definitely had when I started out. Three of my biggest fear was fear of subconsciously copying others, fear of making mistakes, and fear of not selling a single pattern. This is my story, but I highly believe that you can achieve these following things as well. So, for example, you could achieve, because I have, so you can as well, have over 70 published patterns, hosting crochet alongs for over 5,000 crocheters all around the world. Maybe some of you have participated in them. Over 10,000 supportive email subscribers and Instagram followers, over 1,500 sold patterns, working full-time designing amigurumi. At this point, I have a question for you. Would you like me to help you design unique amigurumi patterns that you can confidently share with the world? If so, you have currently two options. Option number one, you could try to design an amigurumi on your own with without a plan. But you will run the risk of being in the same place this time next year with a big open loop and no published patterns. Option two, you can 100% commit to designing and creating your amigurumi pattern using a proven roadmap. If you're ready for option number two, if you're ready to actually design your own unique amigurumis and share the patterns with the world, I would like to invite you to Amigurumi Design Lab. Amigurumi Design Lab is the only course of its kind that not only shows you exactly how to transform a 2D drawing into a 3D amigurumi, but how to find your unique style and how to create clear amigurumi patterns that you confidently can share with the world. And the doors for the Amigurumi Design Lab has actually opened for the fourth time today. Here is what you will put into action during this course. You will discover your source of inspiration, choose your amigurumi style, design your own unique amigurumi. You will transform a 2D sketch into a 3D amigurumi. You will learn the ins and outs of 3D amigurumi shapes, discover the most important things about copyright, write down your pattern and take step-by-step pictures, learn about pattern testing, and finally, share your pattern with the world, and we will have a party. The course includes 4 modules. In the first module, we will brainstorm your amigurumi idea. In the second module, you get to design your unique amigurumi. And in module number 3, you get to transform your 2D sketch into a 3D amigurumi. And in the final module, you get to write down the pattern for your amigurumi. And as I said, after that, we will have a party. The total value of this course is $447. The complete program includes 4 training modules from designing to writing your amigurumi pattern, video, PDF guides, and templates, everything that you might need to have to make your journey as smooth as possible, because that is my goal, to give you this smooth journey from sketch to final amigurumi pattern. I also have added a bonus for you guys, a 4 weeks of live Q&A session with me once a week inside a private Facebook group. This is an active and highly supportive Facebook group with fellow students and alumni and me. So we are a very nice gang in there. We will help you and make sure you get unstuck in the matter of minutes instead of weeks. A space to overcome isolation and constantly refill your motivation tank by connecting with other amigurumi lovers who gets the journey and are there to help you cross the finish line and cheering you on, because I am your personal cheerleading when it comes to amigurumi designing. So just so you know, I want you to remember, I'm nothing special. I don't have access to exclusive experts or technology or resources. I just have a proven roadmap that I follow when I design my amigurumis and create my patterns. Now, I do want you to know that I offer money-back guarantee, but I'm only looking for serious action takers, so you need to give the program a try before requesting a refund. I do this because I'm not looking for tire kickers, but true go-getters that want to dive in and get results quickly. If you do the work and you're still not satisfied, and show me your work within 14 days from getting module number 1, I'll gladly give you a refund. So we have the first bonus, 4 weeks of live Q&A sessions with me once a week inside a private members only Facebook group. I will help you get untangled and answer all your questions. And I have also added a second bonus. This is a special training on how to take Instagram-worthy product photos of your amigurumi, where I'm going to walk you through my step-by-step photo process. And as we all know, photos and videos are the key of marketing and the key of a good pattern. So we need to take good pattern pictures. This workshop has a value of $147. And we aren't stopping there, because I have, for the first time, added a third bonus inside this course. Because when you are done with your pattern, you need to know how to market it. And Pinterest is one of the best ways to market your final pattern. That is why I have made a Pinterest template pack for you that will get your marketing done as a pro quickly and easy. This bonus is valued at $47. Totally, this whole bunch with core program, bonus 1, bonus 2, and bonus 3 has a total value of $828. Now I'm sure you're curious what it costs. I could charge you over $800. I could charge you over $800 just because this program is so freaking good. However, I also know that you're likely on a tight budget, and I want to make this as affordable as possible for you. So instead of charging over 800 euros, $800, sorry, I'm in the wrong currency. You can get started today for only $297. Or to make it even easier for you, I do have a 3-payment option. So you can get started today for just $117 and then 2 additional installments of $170 following each 30-day apart. Choose the option that works the best for you, the 3-pay option or the 1-pay option, but the entire program, including the bonuses, are waiting for you no matter what option you choose. So choose the one that makes obviously most sense for you. Go to Amigurumi Academy amigurumi Design Lab right now to get all the details and sign up. Lucas will put the link directly in the chat, so you can just go and poke that link and sign up for our February class. To get your hands on this bonus, all you need to do is to enroll while we are still here live. We are moving into the Q&A session in just a moment. So if you enroll in the course before we end here, you will immediately get access to this bonus when you enroll. And this bonus, guys, it's crazy. I have gathered my own pattern template that I use when I write all of my amigurumi patterns, and a bonus templates if the style doesn't really resonate with you. There are two different pattern templates, and a third one for Instagram patterns. Instagram patterns, publishing free patterns on Instagram is one of the things that have grown my Instagram account the most. And in this pack, you will get a template for how mine look like, and you can just switch out the text and switch out the pictures and you're good to go. Here is what you will overcome during this course. You'll overcome the fear of not having unique enough ideas, fear of subconsciously copying someone else's design, fear of the pattern writing overwhelm, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of messing up, fear of the math, fear of not knowing what to do and how to do it. Amigurumi Design Lab is going to bust through all these fears so you no longer have them stopping you in your tracks. You can get started today. Come and join us inside the Amigurumi Design Lab for a one payment of $297 or a 3 payment plan of $117. Pick the payment plan that works best for you in your situation, and I will see you inside our course and inside our amazing Facebook group. The link is in the chat. You can just go and poke it and go and sign up. Okay, let's walk through how it looks like when you sign up for Amigurumi Design Lab. So when you click on the link that Lucas has provided in the chat, it looks like this. Welcome to Amigurumi Academy. If you click on the buy, or when you click on the buy now button, this thing pops up. Here is the checkout. You fill out your email, and after you fill out your email, you will get a verification code to your email. Write that in, and then you can verify your email address and follow through with billing and payment information. Here is also where you can choose your payment option if you want to choose a single payment or a 3 payment option plan. And after you have signed up, they will look like this. And you can click on the button that says Start Course, and that will give you access to all of the content. So here is everything that you will get from the course, but here is your special bonus will also pop up here if you register and sign up during this webinar. So there will be a 4th box with your pattern templates. If you click on the core program, which is the Amigurumi Design Lab, inside it looks like this. It looks very empty right now. This is because I am publishing each module once per week. So for 4 weeks time, you will get on Monday a module, and then the next Monday, the 2nd module, and on the 3rd Monday, the 3rd module. This is to not make you overwhelmed about all the content that is inside this course, and give you time to implement all the steps and all the lessons that I have for you inside the modules. But this is what you will get access to when you sign up. Here is the Facebook group as well, and a list of materials that can be handy to have when you go through this course. So if you haven't already, go to amigurumiacademy.com/Amigurumi Design Lab to sign up for the course. Choose the payment plan that works best for you. And yeah, I'm super excited to get to follow your amigurumi design journey. So I am not exactly sure why you showed up today, but I can guess. You might feel stuck. You want to take your hobby to the next level, but you don't really know where to start. You might feel unconfident. You want to design amigurumi, but you don't know if you're talented enough or if you have the crocheting skills that is needed. Let me highlight some of my former students inside Amigurumi Design Lab and show you guys what they have done during the course and after. Say hello to Diana. She has designed her very first amigurumi inside the Amigurumi Design Lab and has recently released the pattern for her very cute deer. Say hello to my second student. This is Hannah, one of my Finnish students, who has during the course made these adorable, if I may say so, bat. She was inspired by one of my challenges inside the course that is called Frankenstein Mashup Challenge. And she has done a fruit bat. Then we have Sanette, who is the creator behind T-Cloud Creations. During the course, she designed a little chick. This is how it looks like. As you can see, this is a great example of the editing part that I'm teaching inside the photo workshop, because the first chick pattern, the picture of the chick is not edited, but the second one is, and you can see the amazing difference of the quality on the pictures. Sanette has also, after this course, released several patterns, like these two down below, the cat and the axolotl. Is that the proper word? That also was a contest contribute to the amigurumipatterns.com's design contest. Then we have Silla, who is also one of my previous students, who has during the course made a dingo and afterwards released several patterns on her company name, Silla Crochet, if I remember correctly. Definitely go and check out these students on their Instagram pages because they have some amazing designs. Okay, I want you to think about why you showed up here today. Obviously, you want to change, and Amigurumi Design Lab is that opportunity. Now, if you haven't signed up for Amigurumi Design Lab already, maybe you have some doubts. Maybe you're really excited for Amigurumi Design Lab, but you think, fill in the blank. I'm super excited about Amigurumi Design Lab, but I don't know if I have a good enough idea for an amigurumi design. Well, in Module 2, you will learn how to make your amigurumi unique and how to validate your idea. We will dig deeper into the validation process in Module number 2. I don't know where to start. I might be complicating things. In the course, I'll share with you my step-by-step roadmap that is in depth so that you don't have to figure out all the steps by yourself. I am scared of subconsciously copying someone else, or what if someone copies me? During the course, I'll give you my best tips on how to overcome this fear, and in Module 2, you'll learn about copyright. You can get started today. Come and join us inside the Amigurumi Design Lab and start your Amigurumi design journey. Choose the payment option that works best for you. Go to amigurumiacademy.com/Amigurumi Design Lab. We are, guys, heading into the Q&A section of this webinar. Hey, and I am pretty good at time. This is the first time I'm walking through this content, so I don't really have like measured how long it will take, but we are in great time. So now you will see soon when it's loading a timer up in the right-hand corner. 15 minutes, that is what we have left of this webinar. And we are going to head into the Q&A session. Put all your questions regarding design, crochet, amigurumi, business, Amigurumi Design Lab, course, Facebook group, anything that you are wondering about in the chat. And I will walk through them one by one. And I'm so happy that so many of you are sticking around so this far into the webinar. That makes me so, so happy. Okay, we will start with the first question because I have gotten some previous questions that I'm going to kick off with. Question number 1 that I get a lot is, do I need to be a good drawer to enjoy this course? No, you don't need to be a professional artist or anything to enjoy this course, but you need to be willing to draw some quick sketches and yeah, be open to drawing, open-minded. That is the main thing, nothing more. You don't have to be a fancy artist. Okay, Elizabeth, what are the most common mistakes as a beginner makes? I think one of the most common mistakes a beginner makes might be starting off with a too complicated design. If I would start today, again, or if I would give an advice to my beginner self, is starting with simple shapes. You can still make unique amigurumi designs, even though the shapes are simple. If you're planning to start selling patterns, I highly recommend you to maybe publish one for free first, just to try out and to get followers to try out your pattern. That is a good advice as well. I started off with publish a couple of free patterns. I also have still free patterns on my blog. This is a good way to get new customers to try out your pattern and see how your pattern style is. Another tip is to write down notes while you crochet because your head can't remember everything. Anything else? Do you design stuff that you enjoy? There you have it. 3 tips. Take notes. Do a simple designs as a starter and do stuff that you enjoy. Janine, what sites are best for selling patterns? Is it better to have your patterns on multiple sites or just one? Great question. So I started out with selling my patterns on Etsy. I opened a Etsy shop because it was simple, it was free to start, and there is customers there already that can find your patterns. So if you have 0 people in your audience, there is still some chance that people will find you through Etsy. I think Etsy is a great choice for beginners. When you have warmed up a little bit, I highly recommend you to have your own website. I currently moved from Wix to Shopify because Shopify is a better selling platform than Wix. If you want to make just a blog, Wix is perfect. You can also sell your patterns on Ravelry. In my opinion, the crafters on Ravelry are not. Some of them are interested in amigurumi, but most of them are interested in garments. So in my experience, I haven't sold that much through Ravelry, but I still have everything listed there so that people can go and purchase the pattern from my web shop. I highly recommend you to have your patterns there because there is a good search function there as well as on Etsy. So I have currently my patterns on Etsy. Don't market it at all though, but currently making a couple of sales a month. My own website where I'm driving a lot, like all my traffic is going through my own website. And then I have everything listed also on Ravelry. There is several more platforms that you could put your crochet designs on. Ribbler is one of them and Lovecraft is a second one. If you have time, you can definitely check it out, but because it's good to have your patterns in different like places, it's always good. But I have heard that the search and the selling isn't super good on Ribbler or Lovecraft, but that depends on actually what you are marketing, which sites you are marketing. If you are marketing your Etsy site, you will get mostly your sales from there. If you are marketing your own website, you will get most of your sales from there. And if you are marketing on Ravelry, you will get most there. So it's only what you market that will bring the most sales. But yeah, Etsy can be a good place to start off if you don't have built your community yet. And when you have your community, I highly recommend you to have your own website, for example, on Shopify. Lydia, how do you design the names of your character? My mother tongue is Swedish and I like dorky Swedish names. So I usually go for that. Sometimes I take the first letter. So for example, who do I have? Ellie the elephant. It's E-N-E. And Daniel the dromedary, D&D. Sometimes I get inspired by kids or people around me and give my amigurumis name after them. I have a hedgehog named after my grandfather, for example, and a bunny named after my friend's kid, and a squirrel named after my nephew. So yeah, I usually feel in my stomach when the name is right. Sometimes I also ask my audience if I don't have any clue on what to name them. And that is also a good way to get your audience engaged with your new design. Paola, when did you start crocheting? Oh, I've been crocheting since I was a kid. Here in Finland, we have this mandatory subject in school called Slade, where we learn how to knit and how to sew and how to crochet and build stuff out of wood and metal. So I probably enhanced my skill in school, but my mother and my grandmother has always been crafters, and my grandmother crocheted a lot. So I don't have like a vivid memory of when I learned to crochet, but yeah, I was a kid, and I started doing my first amigurumi when I was in 7th grade. It was a little pig. That was my first first time trying amigurumi. I made several for my friends and family, and after that, I decided to maybe make something else than pigs. But yeah, I got hooked on amigurumi, and now I always realize that, yeah, I knit also on my like spare time, and I occasionally crochet other things than amigurumi, but I always fall back to amigurumi. One of the things with amigurumi that I love is that they are so quick. All of them isn't quick to make, but comparing to crocheting a cardigan, for example, it's way quicker than, yeah, to make a amigurumi. And I don't have a lot of patience, so I like quick projects. Sometimes I do occasionally knit a sweater or two, but yeah, I like when they are pretty fast and just creative. Like the 3D shaping is just fascinating for me. Thank you for your questions. Lydia has a question. Do you design the pattern in Canva, or which program do you use? Yes, I use Canva. I love it. I used to design my patterns over in Microsoft Word. It was horror when it comes to layouting and getting the pictures in the right place. I mean, it works. It works. But the good thing with Canva, firstly, it is free. Secondly, you can drag and drop and mix and like move around everything however you want to. And I love to play with the layout. So yeah, I use Canva. I love it. The pattern templates that are included in the course is for Canva as well. Let's take a break. I will answer your question still, but just to give a shout out to the people who have joined Amigurumi Design Lab so far. Julia, welcome to the class of February. And Janine, I'm so happy that you have decided to join me inside the Amigurumi Design Lab. And I'm super excited to get to follow your journey on designing your first amigurumi. Paola has a second question. How much time do you spend crocheting? This is such a hard question because it depends a lot. Sometimes I have a flow on an evening and crochet several hours while Lucas is playing a game, for example. I enjoy watching him play while I crochet. And sometimes it takes several days that I haven't crocheted anything. Also, depending on what kind of deadline situation I have currently. Oh yeah. Yesterday I crocheted for 2 hours because of a YouTube video that is coming out. And before that, I think it was maybe a week and a half since I've crocheted. And that was a weekend when I had really good crochet flow and crocheted all of the parts to my upcoming design, which is a raccoon. So it depends a lot. I definitely feel like I crochet less than I used to in the beginning, but I try to balance it out because this had become my work now. So I know if I would crochet all the time, I might not be enjoying it as much. So I'm taking advantage of those periods of time when I have a really good crochet flow. Guys, we have 1 minute left. Thank you so much for your comments and your questions so far. If you have any questions still, I have still time to answer them. So pop them in the box, in the chat box. And yeah, if you haven't signed up to the Amigurumi Design Lab yet, you have still 50 seconds to grab your spot and to get the pattern template for yourself, the special bonus, and of course, the whole entire core program and the other bonuses. Lucas is telling, check the Q&A section that only I can see. Un momento. I don't know where I have a Q&A section. If you have put anything in the Q&A section, put it in the chat as well so that we don't miss it. Oh, where can I find the replay of the webinar? I will be sending out the replay of the webinar tomorrow after the second webinar. So in the evening finish time sometime. Yeah, I will actually upload it to YouTube. So you will get the link to my video from there. But yeah, keep an eye in your email inbox. And some of you had not gotten the workbook for this webinar. If you haven't got the workbook, send me an email to hello@garnknuta.com and I will send it to you because somehow some of them have disappeared into cyberspace. I don't know why, but yeah. And Julia, you are in the right spot. You're in the right place. I saw your comment earlier that you were wondering if you were signed up for the right course, but you are where you should be. Okay, guys, we are coming to an end of this webinar. I'm super, super grateful for all of you that attended live today. It has been my pleasure to share this content with you. I hope that you have some actionable steps that you can maybe already take action on today, maybe. And yeah. Yes, have a good day today as well, Julia. Susan, thank you so much. You're welcome. I'm so excited. It's been a while since I've been teaching and this sparks joy for me. Thank you for coming, Anna Sara. Thank you, Palola, for being here. Thank you, Janini. Have a wonderful evening as well. Thank you for being here, Shinta, as well. Yeah, we will end this here. Thank you so much for joining and have a lovely evening, guys. Bye. Let's. Bye, guys.